When U.S. Secretary Marco Rubio arrived in India, his mission was specific: repair a diplomatic relationship strained during the previous administration. The capstone of his tour was a standard diplomatic gesture. He and his wife stopped for a photo in front of India's most recognized monument. Within hours, the Iranian Embassy in India seized on the post, publicly criticizing Rubio's understanding of the region's history and architecture. Their official statement claimed the monument was essentially Persian, built for an Iranian queen by a team of Iranian architects. This wasn't just about art. Iran used the moment to remind the world that during his first term, Donald Trump had threatened to wipe out Iran's own cultural sites entirely. As the Iranian claims spread, Turkish voices online added a second layer of complication, arguing that the Mughal builders were of Turkic descent and that credit belonged to Central Asian heritage. India's primary cultural symbol now serves as a digital staging ground, where foreign powers can project their own historical claims and revisit old grievances. There is historical truth in these claims. The Mughal Empire did carry Turkic lineage, and Persian design is visible in every arch and dome of the structure. But focusing solely on design ignores the economic reality of the project. A monument of this scale required a level of concentrated capital that only India possessed at the time. This chart shows global wealth distribution in the 17th century. The Indian economy controlled a staggering 25% of global GDP. That massive wealth poured into the local economy, funding thousands of laborers and materials required to physically manifest the building. This is why UNESCO's official designation is so specific. While they recognize it as a masterpiece of human creative genius, they categorize it strictly as a jewel of Muslim art in India. While India holds the geographic and economic reality of the site, the current diplomatic reliance on this single location creates a recurring opening for foreign interests to overlay their own narratives onto the Indian landscape. This recurring vulnerability is the result of what many call Taj diplomacy, a strategy that has largely been left on autopilot. For decades, nearly every visiting foreign head of state or high-level diplomat has been automatically routed to Agra for the same photo op. The logistics are immense. India provides the security, the staging, and the physical infrastructure required to host world leaders at a single site. Contrast this with China, which deliberately and constantly rotates the location of its high-level diplomatic summits. By changing venues, Beijing forces visiting leaders to witness the vast scale and varying infrastructure of different regions of the state. India's reliance on a single location narrows the global perception of its modern footprint, often tethering its image to a shared heritage monument that others can easily claim. By repeatedly staging global diplomacy on this specific backdrop, India provides a platform where competitors from the Middle East and Central Asia can easily insert their own historical identity. The alternative requires shifting from passive tourism backdrops to an active use of the nation's geography. Consider a change in venue. Imagine a high-stakes meeting between U.S. officials and Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar taking place away from the usual tourist circuit. Instead of Agra, the meeting is hosted in a border region like Arunachal Pradesh. This creates a specific signal. It forces a tacit acknowledgement of Indian sovereignty while neutralizing external claims to the territory. This tactical shift becomes even more important as India manages increasingly complex demands from global partners. Currently, Israel is urging India to designate Iran's Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization and impose harsh sanctions. Acceding to this request is risky for a nation that has historically maintained neutrality, especially when such requests are rarely reciprocal during India's own regional conflicts. In a landscape of shifting alliances, where every image is scrutinized, the background of a high-level meeting is an active choice that either reinforces or dilutes a nation's strategic position.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.